Good afternoon. I am Mr. Anna and you're watching News 5 at noon. Let's get you up to speed with the latest stories making headlines today. Glenford Logan spent 21 years in prison without ever being convicted. Now a lawyer is speaking out about this shocking miscarriage of justice. 15 newly trained criminal mediators took their oaths at the High Court in Belize City today. Brigadier General Azariel Loria shares the latest on the initial deployment of 2 BDF soldiers to Haiti. And the Salvation Army Belize hosted its annual voucher giveaway in Belize City today, bringing holiday cheer to many. These stories are coming up in just 1 minute.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno Fuels. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new 50-inch TV, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you'll get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get a coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today, fill your tank, and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno, a brand committed with the future.
And welcome back. Glenford Logan walked out of prison on Monday after spending 21 years in pretrial detention for the murder of a security guard. Charged with the fatal attack on Kingsford Obeng, Logan was held at the Belize Central Prison but never faced trial. During his time in custody, a psychiatrist diagnosed him with schizophrenia. Earlier this week, Justice Nigel Pilgrim ruled that Logan's constitutional rights had been violated, making him the longest inmate on remand. Now reunited with his mother and family, Logan's case has sparked discussions about justice and legal reform. News 5 spoke with seasoned attorney Richard Dickey Bradley to get his perspective on this troubling case.
Every time the Supreme Court declares all persons who are awaiting trial must be brought to the court so that a judge review their situation. A person comes up, the judge already have the list from the prison, they know how long he's in there, they know what is the situation, and the judge would say, but you were granted bail in the sum of $10,000, why are you still in prison? And the person will explain that they can't get 2 persons to sign, or nobody wants to sign, whatever it is. Every person is entitled by law to have their temporary imprisonment reversed starting point, which means that there has been a terrible failure of the system that a human being can be in prison so long without trial. We are a big failure if one human being is kept in prison. It's a big failure on the prison authorities, a big failure on the police, on the prosecution, on the lawyers, and on the courts. It's a huge, scandalous failure. And the family of that person need to sue for depriving him of all his constitutionally guaranteed rights. He's not a patlicker, he's not a dog that you could kick and push off the street, and it don't mean nothing. A human being who is in prison.
This morning, 15 newly trained criminal mediators were sworn in at the High Court in Belize City. The final draft legislation for criminal mediation is expected to be ready by 2025, setting the rules for mediators handling criminal cases. Laura Alvarado, president of the Alternative Dispute Resolution Association of Belize, shared with News 5 an overview of the training program.
The training was on preparing for the mediation, where both parties have agreed to do mediation, and they hope to settle the matter in a more neutral environment than it would within a court environment.
So you covered things like what?
So within the mediation setting, we have both parties will come together and have open discussion on the issues that are before the court. So the court will send the matter to mediation, and within mediation we'll have a mediator who will sit between the 2 parties as a neutral individual, and then they'll discuss the matters and then refer it back to the court. If there is no mediation, if an agreement is not settled, then the matter will go back to court and the litigation will take place thereafter. No?
So in a court setting, you would have the prosecutor trying to get maximum sentencing if a person is found guilty. In mediation, there is no kind of a plea and that kind of thing, right?
No, it's going to be a little bit different. No?
Yes.
So within the civil matter, so we have both the civil and the criminal mediation. Criminal is something new that's being introduced to the courts in Belize, and so it's not going to cover all the areas. There are certain areas that will not be sent to mediation, and those will then later on be, I guess, distributed to the public at large. But there are certain areas that will be sent to mediation, just like they'll be sent to civil mediation. And within that, we will know what areas will need to be mediated.
What's the latest on Belize's involvement in the Kenya-led mission to bring peace and order to Haiti? We caught up with Brigadier General Azariel Loria at the annual Christmas luncheon on Wednesday, and he gave us an update on the initial deployment of 2 BDF soldiers. Here's what he had to say.
What can you tell us about the soldiers that were deployed for the Kenyan-led mission in Haiti? We understand that we know 2 are in Haiti. Will the rest be deployed next month?
Yes, the 2 of them, they were deployed. It was we call it like a little mini advance party, just 2 soldiers and 2 officers, and they are currently serving as staff officers in the CARICOM Joint Task Force. It's a headquarters that is led by Jamaica. There are some countries that have said that they will be sending their troops, like the Bahamas. I think that Barbados under the RSS is coordinating something to that effect, and us. So we have 2, and they're feeding us information on what is going on the ground. And based on that, and if we manage to get our kit and equipment, because we're still procuring kit and equipment, we will deploy until the conditions are favorable for us to do so. And that is a signal that I will need to provide to the Ministry of National Defense. The Minister, of course, will be telling Cabinet, yes, we are ready and we deploy.
This morning, the Salvation Army Belize held its annual voucher giveaway in Belize City. Hundreds of underprivileged residents lined up outside the Salvation Army headquarters to receive a $45 cash voucher for their Christmas grocery shopping. Major Marquette Montplaisir, district officer of the Salvation Army, shared that while the amount may seem small, it makes a significant difference for those in need.
Well, today is our distribution for vouchers. And as you see outside, a lot of people already there just to receive the voucher. And it's not only here, but in 4 places, North Side, Central Core, where the Salvation Army is, a Cemetery Road, and we have it at Attyville, and we have it as well Joyville. So today is a busy day for us where people will receive their voucher, and strongly I believe they will enjoy the season, because our aim is to celebrate love with them and celebrate what we call it connection, community connection, and celebrate the joy of giving.
That wraps up our midday news brief. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned to the news in full at 6 p.m. And don't forget to follow us on social media for the latest news. Have a great afternoon.
Community connection.
Every night, I bring you the stories that matter, delivering the facts with professionalism and heart. As an anchor, my goal is to keep you informed, connected, and engaged with the world around us. But the news isn't just about the headlines. I'm Sabrina Daly, and each week we look on the bright side with stories that inspire, uplift, and celebrate the strength of our community. Join me every night as we uncover stories that inform, inspire, and connect us. I am News 5.